go ahead and get started. Some opening comments from Coach.
All right, thanks, Brian. Obviously, defensively, one of our better efforts. I think this group is starting to grow in that way, and I think the best thing about the best defensive teams we've had is that it starts to become instinctual. And when there are mistakes or breakdowns, they cover up for each other, and there were a few of those at times. Not many mistakes, but we really had very few violations of rules. And when we did have one, there was another teammate there to help out. So that's group is understanding and appreciating the importance of that end. And obviously the ability to take care of the ball and knowing that games with Northwestern are typically lower possession. We were going to have to be very good in both those areas, and they were. So happy for our guys, terrific effort. We enjoy this one today and get ready to head to Nebraska next week.
Go ahead and take questions. Tammy?
Greg, what has Dimitri given you in the last 2 games that you want him to keep doing?
Well, I think he's evolving as a point guard. He's understanding the importance of that position in things other than scoring. Knowing how he had started the year, at that rate he wasn't gonna, that light was very unlikely to stay in shooting 60% from 3, and not being attached to that. You've probably heard me say that. Don't attach your game emotionally to whether the shot goes in for you or not. But I think he's done a better job of understanding how he can impact the game in ways other than scoring. Coach Oliver's done a terrific job with him with teaching with film, and it helps to have a guy of Dean's experience and the levels he's played at to tutor a young guard. So he's making more point guard oriented plays that maybe don't always involve scoring. And I thought one of the better ones he made was the last one he made, in the play off the ball screen and getting downhill and going to the rim, finishing hard. And his vision's got to continue to get better. He had 1 turnover in the first half, but he made on a ball screen trying to throw it to Charlie Rowling. And just decisions got to continue to get better, which have. And I think he's starting to get a better vision and a broader vision of playing that position.
Jim?
Do you have any superlatives left when talking about Ethan, or are you all out at this point?
Well, I think the one thing that jumps out that maybe it's not on that stat sheet is the job he did defensively on Pardon. And specifically when Nate got in foul trouble, that we had to ride that longer than what we got out of sync in terms of our rotations of the bigs. And it was going to be harder, we knew anyway, to play 2 together because of how they'll use more stretch 4s and mobile 4-men. And it's going to be hard at times to play Hap and Reavers together. So maybe the foul trouble happened for a reason, that we were able to forced us to go small right away and helped us better defensively. But he was really active, Ethan, in terms of his post defense and positioning, and one of the better post defensive jobs he's done.
Yeah.
Kind of along those lines, Gard, and pointing to your team's overall defense, how much does his versatility help your overall defense? Because I know against Michigan, you put him on Iggy, and he had some other guys that day, and now you got him on Pardon.
Right.
And he's made some plays out on the perimeter against people.
Right.
Not a lot of guys can do that.
Yeah, he's gotten better with that. I don't think that's been natural. And last year he struggled with that, with mobile 4s. He would lose them at times, or he would break a rule in terms of guarding the perimeter. Well, he had never had to play by the rule in the first 2 years of his career. So that's been an adjustment for him. And he's gotten better at that, of understanding you as a big, you can't sit back. He's not guarding a big. So in those situations with Iggy and even with some of the guys today, Turner, more mobile, perimeter-oriented player. So he's had to change his wiring, so to speak, mentally, and going back and forth between guarding a post like Pardon and then having to go chase around or be more active on the perimeter and follow the perimeter player rules. So he's gotten better at that. And then obviously when we're having to exchange things in shot clock situations or when there is a breakdown, he's got more discipline with his feet. He doesn't get twisted and turned as much as he used to. So he's definitely improved that area.
As a coach, how satisfying is it to see the bench reaction when a guy like Ty Strickland comes in at the end and hits a 3 when the game's out of hand, but they're still celebrating like it was in a big part of the game? What does that say about this team's continuity?
Well, it tells you that there is continuity and that they're there for each other. And this group it's a tight group. And I've always said that some of our best teams have been our closest teams that transcends off the floor. So they want to see Ty do well, obviously, because he spends a lot of time on the scout team and is kind of going back and forth and learning as a freshman. So you want to see somebody have success, and it's good because Ty, I watch the film, and anytime one of those regular guys in the 8 or 9 man rotation makes a play, Ty's one of the guys up off the bench cheering in that regard too. So the support goes both ways.
You mentioned don't get attached to your shot and all that, but it looks like Trice, I know it's just 2 games, but it looks like he's confident in his shot again. And Collins was talking about how to defend you guys with Ethan, do single, do double. How much better are you guys when Dimitri and Brad are able to hit those shots on kickouts from Ethan?
Well, a lot better. I mean, that's because you have to be able to make a defense give up something, and if they are going to dig or send a guy to double team, you have to be able to make a play on whether it's reversing the ball, make a play back inside again, or if we're able to knock down some perimeter shots. That's important. So I think his confidence. He's always been a confident kid. Kind of quietly, but it's good. He's not bashful about shooting it. That's I usually don't have to tell him twice to let it fly.
All right.
Have started the game on Anthony Gaines and Reavers was on Pardon. Why did you decide to start off with those matchups, and do you expect to use those same matchups next game?
Meaning next game is in next time you play Northwestern? Or
Next time you play Northwestern.
Well, it depends on who they put in the lineup. They rotated their starting lineup too. Sometimes it was Benson and Pardon together. Another game it's been Coppin and Pardon together. It's been Turner in there at times without Gaines. So we just find the best matchups that what we feel is appropriate. So Gaines was the matchup as we went down and matched the other people up on what we wanted to do defensively. That was who was left. So those change from game to game, and within the game they change too.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Greg.